What's up, what's up, what's up?
Hey guys, what's up?
Yo, it's your boy Graham.
And I am Ushindi.
And this is I want to call it a podcast, but this is more like a TED Talk. This is more like a segment or a seminar, if you will. Something that's here to enlighten you, but at the same time, you know, keep you entertained.
That's right.
It's a series of ideas, if you will. So I guess I'll start it off by saying personal space is a real thing. So
Explain.
All right, so I'm walking through the grocery store, and as unfortunate as it is, an elderly lady decides that she wants to sneeze / cough all in my general direction. Now, I had two options.
What did you do?
I could turn to this lady and say, "Excuse me, like that was wild rude," or I could just do the natural thing and jump back and just be disgusted. So I had to be polite in my disgust. So I just wiped my face off, and it was just a situation where she was so apologetic, but at the same time, I'm just saying personal space is real.
Give me space.
You got to be aware of your surroundings, people.
That's right.
If you're aware, you can avoid all these types of situations. But that's just something that happened to me today.
That's just your story, right?
Hey man, I just wanted to break that down. That's just something.
Wait. So after that, what happened? Like, did the lady apologize? What happened?
That's what it was. She was very apologetic. She came up and she said, "Young man, I'm sorry. It's more or less flu season. I have to understand that. It's like middle of February. I totally dig it, but I didn't even have like a napkin or anything like that on hand, so it's terrible. I had to like sit with this lady, spit on my face, bruh." I'm terrified because I'm just hoping that I don't get sick.
Nah.
Regardless, later on, a little bit later, I did find the washroom in the grocery store, wash my face, but for that like 10 minutes, it was terrifying.
Man,
it was terrifying.
Again, like she said, it's cold season, man. It's cold season.
Hey, so I had to cut her some slack. I had to cut her a little bit of slack.
Everyone, right?
Yeah, man.
But
yeah.
yo, tell me what's on our first idea today, like on our first list.
Well, I'll start it like this. It's 2019. We are two relatively young men, and I want to know your thoughts on social media as a tool, as something that can influence life. Like, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Social media is huge right now. It's huge. People are using it for business, for personal stuff. People are finding relatives on there.
Word.
People are finding love.
Word. Tinder, all
that stuff. What else was there? Tinder.
There's a whole bunch, man. Bumble or something like that. It was like, yeah, man. Some of them be out here wilding. Yo, Facebook even got some like. It's like a random.
Yeah. I saw it. I went in my messenger.
Okay.
They're like, oh,
it's like dating or something.
Yeah, like you could connect. I'm like, nah, I'm not here for
That's
that
what I'm
stuff.
saying. I would send you a message saying let's link up. I'm not trying to have you on some type of dating app. But yeah, man. So like,
Yeah, but now going back to social media. Social media is very big right now, and I feel like everybody should jump on it because from social media, depending on how you set up your profiles, you could easily make money out of it. You could easily get discovered for your art if that's your thing, you know. So I'd definitely recommend it to everybody.
No, for sure. It's like, it's crazy because you could like, although yes, of course we want everybody to be on there flourishing, but sometimes me personally, I feel like it's dope as a tool. It's dope as something that's like where you can use it as like a business, like a business. You can use it as a business. Like that's the fact that you said like that's real. Like you can actually, I'm on Instagram, this, that, and the third, and people are paying you to post their stuff. But at the same time, these little kids be wildin'. I say little kids because let's just say between like 13 and like 16, because there's younger kids on there, but I mean 13 and 16, they be trolls, like they be trolling, man. Straight trolling. In your comments, in your girls' DMs. Yep. It's like, bro, you are 13. Why are you in my girls' DMs?
My girls' DM? Get out of here.
It's wild.
I was watching a video the other day, because there's different pages for everything, right?
Okay.
And this one page is basically just dedicated to contents that will make you laugh.
Word.
And I came across high school kids. And this girl, she must be like, what, like 15, 16, twerking her ass off. I'm like, no, like, what that's you doing? Like,
see?
You know?
Y'all youngins need to chill. Y'all youngins need to chill.
Like, relax. Use social media.
Trying to be grown,
for a good
man.
purpose, though. You know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It'd be dope if we had some type of like, if the younger people could monitor themselves to a degree where, like, some adults don't even monitor themselves, so I can't necessarily be expecting the kids to be.
That's
but at the
facts.
same time, like, bruh, we don't need to be seeing no high schoolers out here acting a fool, twerking and whatnot. You are not even close to the league. So chill. You need to chill.
That's it.
But yeah, man, social media, like, but I like the fact that it's literally accessible to everybody.
It's accessible to
It
everybody.
is pretty dope in that aspect, you know.
But for those with kids, with the younger kids, though, like you said, monitor your kids.
Yeah, you gotta be watching your kids.
There's a lot of content online, bro. A lot.
And even if your kids ain't twerking, they could be watching twerk. Like a 6-year-old young man could be watching twerk, and it's like, bro, you gonna make him ready for the world before he ready for the world.
I don't want to make social media sound so negative, because that's not what it is.
It's not. I'm just saying, just be aware. Just be aware.
Because also what I'm trying to do with it is I'm trying to grow with it.
It's real.
Because that's where the world is right now. The world is growing with social media and the internet and all that stuff. So if your child has like a talent, you know, or whatever, easily start to like grow that for them, because when they get to that point in their life, it'll be like an advantage for them already.
Word. You're right.
So like, if I had a child, I'll be like, okay, my kid is 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I see that, like, because I'm a photographer also, right? So if I see my child has like what do you call them? Photogenic.
Yeah, photogenic.
Right? Why not?
Yeah,
It's still like an Instagram account for them. By the time they hit 16, 17, whatever,
they might have
they may have a lot of following, and that could potentially start a career for them. You know what I mean?
This is the day and age we live in, people. This is the day and age we live in.
Don't sleep.
You gotta, like, earlier, like, pre-production, before we even got started, my man over here was telling me, like, yo, you gotta be jumping and seizing all opportunities. It's like, and it's not about being an opportunist. It's about being understanding. If you prepare yourself, or if you're asking for a lot of these things, these blessings, whatever you call them, these good fortunes of life, if you're asking for them and then they come your way, you got to try your best not to be fearful.
That's it.
To actually go and seize them, to actually go and obtain them. Like, dropping that fear is real.
What do you have to lose if you go for it?
Exactly.
Right? It's either they say no and you move on from there. You know, okay, this did not work out. I gotta go for another one. Or they say yes. And guess what? You have an opportunity, right?
Yeah. So now at that point, it's about sinking or swimming. You got to seize the opportunity. You got to seize the opportunity, man. It's amazing. Like, it's good that we have these types of conversations. And like before we started recording, it's like, yeah, man. Like I had to make sure that I know I got to drop these fears, and like it was just more or less him reaffirming and reassuring, like, it's real, man. Like, these opportunities are going to be presented to you, or present themselves.
Exactly, man. Because like I said earlier, you know, I've known you for a bit.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
And remember our last talk in the car, you know, as soon as we met, I knew we had a connection. So I can read you, you can read me, and the thing is to I wish you let go of whatever is holding you back, and just grab it, man.
Bruh.
Just grab it.
And that's real. No, and that's real. I accept. On some real stuff.
Yeah.
I receive.
That's
you
it.
feel me? I receive. So I'm saying that to say, yo, I gotta make sure I drop my fears, because once I unleash whatever it is, whatever talent, whatever I'm supposed to be doing in that aspect, we all have a purpose. Don't get me wrong. Him too. We all have a purpose. But whenever I do, number one, he's gonna be a big part of it. But number two, we're gonna be making sure that a lot of people are flourishing who, in my opinion, would be deserving to see these things. Like, you might know artists, painters, different types of photographers, different types of singers who, like, in today's, like, well, I guess it's always been this way, but sometimes in music, like, they want you to have, like, a certain image or things like that. But you might have a powerful, amazing voice, or you might be the most amazing painter, but you're a little bit unorthodox, or you may not have the quote-unquote look. These types of people, I know a lot of them, and it's not about any type of I just want to lift them up. Like, uplifting is key. So granted, I ever get on into a place where it's like, I unleash this thing this talent, this whatever, and drop that fear, everyone around me's got to have to be flourishing as well. Because they deserve it. But beyond deserving it, yo, man, they've been working hard. Like,
that's it.
Hey, man.
Listen,
it's necessary.
I've been singing for a long time. But I didn't really want to do it as a career.
Yeah.
Until last year.
That's what. How recent? Like, the season.
Until last year.
It's
All right, so we're back because we had
yeah, man. No, we had a punch-in. We had a punch-in. That's what it is, though. That's what you gotta call it. It's called a punch. It's called a punch-in. Life happens.
Life happens.
Sometimes things shut down. Sometimes things stop, bro. Hey, you just gotta let it happen. But
learn from it.
But like on another note, though, like we kind of sort of touched on like fears, like and wanting to shake. As far as me, like wanting to shake whatever's holding me back. But I have another question on the other side of that. What are your like aspirations? What are some of the things that make you feel like, you know, like uplifted? Like, okay, I want to strive for that. Like, what are some things that you're trying to obtain?
What motivates me? Like, what pushes me is like happiness.
Word.
You know what I mean? Okay. So I do anything that will give me that. Not so much so of like money or whatever, but it's more like internal happiness. Okay. So I look at my younger sisters, I look at my nephews, my nieces, you know, because funny story, when I released my music video, you know, the first person that saw it was my younger sister. Okay. And within like 20 seconds of the video dropping, she runs in my room. She's like, oh my God, the video, I like it. Yeah. I'm like, yo, that reaction makes me just want to work harder and harder. And it's genuine happiness, genuine joy, and that's what pushes me. You know.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
That's it.
See, sometimes that's all it takes. Like for you to be genuinely happy, there's no other feeling like it. The fact that it releases all different types of endorphins in your mind and makes you feel like it puts you in like a lulled state where you just like you can't feel anything like that. But it's dope because it's like, although yes, like we're in a society where a lot of people do like the material gains. If you know that you have like peace of mind, or you have knowledge of self, like you know who you are, and these things make you happy. That the other stuff, that's just extra. That's just a bonus.
Exactly,
you know
it comes with it. It comes with it. But find your ground. What do you say? Ground rule. Whatever. Find that thing that you go back to that makes you wanna do that thing even more.
Okay.
Like, find your why. Why did you start doing what you're doing?
Words.
You know.
That's dope. Like, yeah, that's actually a dope segment you just kind of stumbled into. Exactly. Like, what is your why? or not even what is your why? Like, in understanding what your why is, it's like
a lot of times we do things and we just keep going. But you don't know where you're going because you don't have these questions that you have to answer along the way. Yeah, like, you know, why are you doing this? What are you getting out of it? You know, how are you trying to execute this specific plan?
That's real.
And that's where it goes to, man.
You know? That's dope, man. That's dope.
Question for you.
Okay.
Are you one of the people that comes up with like New Year's resolutions and stuff?
I am not. Don't get me wrong. I do have things that I like to start up, but it's not like at a specific time of the year. Like when I say start up, I mean like, let's just say it was a matter of I want to try to eat more vegetables, or I want to try to eat less bread. Like just using specifically on like a diet, like type of like just a specific like topic. If it was about what I eat, I do have times where I want to start things up and end them, but I don't look at it like a New Year's resolution because like it's not like a diet, like it's more of a lifestyle that I'm trying to have.
I was gonna say that.
You know what I mean? It's more of like something that you're trying to build, and okay, I want to keep adding little things to this this new routine, or this new this new routine that I'm starting. I want to add new things to this over time. It doesn't really but so yeah, like I guess simply to say, am I? No, I wouldn't say I'm like one of those New Year's resolution people.
But you saw it's how you go about it is basically going with the flow. It's life. It's the year. These are the things you expect to go. You know what I mean?
Of course, like there's 12 months in the year, and looking at it like, okay, if you start something in February, technically it's not like New Year, New Me. But at the same time, it's like, are you doing it just because it's like new year?
Right.
Or is it a matter of, okay, I genuinely want to start this up, and then I'm going to make sure I stick with it? Because most times when you have, like, in my experience, whenever I've tried, like, New Year, New Me, and you try to do something new, just specifically because it's like, I'm going to shake these old habits, one, they always fail because I don't plan out properly like how I want to try to achieve these things.
Right.
Sometimes I jump in and it's like, oh, I gotta start, and as long as I start, I'm gonna reach somewhere. Sometimes you reach like the ending faster than you wanted to.
That's right.
So it's like, hey man, try to. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if ever you were trying something new, and it doesn't have to be like of a New Year resolution or like that stigma of the New Year, new me. I would just look at it like, try to research, try to have a little bit of knowledge, or take the time to research a little bit of what you're trying to step into. So at least if you actually do and you find that courage to do make that jump, you're a little bit more informed, and you know, okay, I don't, like, once I reach a certain wall, I know how to get around or through the wall because I did that little bit of research before I even started trying to.
That's right.
Of course, growth, change is always going to be uncomfortable.
And also, one of the points I want to make here is, don't do it because other people are doing it. You know what? People are failing at accomplishing their goals because they're too busy going with what other people are doing. But like, again, going back to the why, like why? Like, why you're doing it? Just because somebody's doing it does not mean you're gonna be good at it.
Yeah, that's
you know
real.
what I mean?
That's real. That's
so
real,
like,
man.
find something that works for you as a person. You know, your abilities may not be my abilities.
True.
You know?
Very
so
true. Very true.
The way I approach a certain situation may be different how you approach it. You know, so
hey, and that's the truth, man. That's one of the really things you can say. No person's walk is the same. Period. So with that being said, of course we can want to try to reach the same destination or get to a similar goal, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be on the same path or it's going to take me the same amount of time. With that being said, though, being able to adapt mentally, being able to adapt, being willing to adapt and adjust, things like that, it will make one's life a lot, quote unquote, easier. That's right. Perspective is key, in my opinion.
Perspective. Ooh.
If you have a dope perspective, or a perspective where you're always, it's ever growing, like you're always willing to, hey man, I'm willing to learn. It's when, in my opinion, it's when you have the perspective where it's like, I know everything, or I have concrete or absolute like answers or conclusions on things. In my opinion, sometimes like that's not the best way to be approaching it, man. Like to have it where it's like, oh, no, this is a fact, and I know because so and so told me, and it's a fact. Sometimes it's not a fact. Sometimes it's not absolute, or it's not concrete. So you got to be willing to.
Sometimes it's a fact for them, but not for you.
It's real. You got to be willing to sometimes learn new information, like accept new information on a subject, because it can help you learn, man. It can help you grow. It's like, you have to be willing, in my opinion. That's just, perspective is key. It's a point I wanted to make there. Like,
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know what else is like, other than, like, this is just something new. We just out here just brainstorming.
Question,
giving out ideas.
And this is we talked about it, but this is a question to the audience, potential viewers. If there's anything that you'd like us to tackle, anything that you'd like us to talk about,
topics.
Exactly. We can do our research.
Yeah,
and we can also talk from our own perspective and our own experiences.
Yeah.
But if there's any questions, if there's anything, please feel free to just hit us up on our personal
whether it's Instagram, Facebook,
in the comments, whatever.
That's all gonna be in the description below.
Exactly. Like we said, this is just like an idea. Man. Trying to see something if it could work out. But as far as I'm concerned, I know this is gonna be dope.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is just two individuals who know each other, but at the same time, like, we're just trying to explore different ideas so that we can try to potentially grow. But beyond grow, man, like, we want y'all to grow. So your interaction is key. Your engagement is key. So that's why we're simply saying, hey, leave comments below. Let us know what's up. Like,
that's right.
It's just something new that we trying, but at the same time, it's gonna be here for a minute. So
definitely.
Peep game, bro.
Yeah.
But again, my name's Graham.
Shindy right here.
And this is it right here. Peace.
Thanks, guys.